Let's see if we can do a backflip. Yeah, that was a double, baby. That's what I was shooting for.
And that's not an auto flip switch?
No.
That's all you?
That's all manual,
Nice.
yeah. I like backflips. Let's go up. Yeah. Yeah, baby. 3 in a row. Oh, that's awesome. The Blade 230S, or the bright orange version of this helicopter, is what taught me the most in the RC helicopter world. Orientation, flips, rolls, and even some hovering inverted flight with all manual controls. Now we have an upgraded version of that helicopter, the Blade Revolution 235 CP. This has just a few minor tweaks to make it a higher performance and more reliable RC helicopter, but the first thing that I noticed when I took it out of the box, other than the new color scheme, was the bigger, wider, thicker, more durable tail boom. And I'll tell you what, the first time I crashed my Blade 230, the orange version, the one and only thing, actually two things, broke on it was the tail boom. It bent, and then I stripped the main rotor gear, but that's kind of almost supposed to happen because they're easy to swap out and they're pretty cheap to replace. But that tail boom is now bigger and upgraded to be more durable and more forgiving for beginner pilots. Now, it does come as a ready-to-fly setup with this transmitter, but because it's over 250 grams, you do need to buy a power bundle on top of this RC for it to be truly ready to fly. We'll have that power bundle linked in the description box below, but this is the radio that's included, and man, it worked really good for the Blade 230S. We have telemetry, tells us how much battery is left in the helicopter, so we're not gonna have any low battery crashes because we're gonna know and have a good heads up when the battery's getting low. Now, it comes with a battery. I know I've got one somewhere. There we go. It also comes with this battery in the power bundle that we're going to recommend. It's a 3-cell little IC2 smart battery. We get pretty good flight times out of this, long enough to learn a thing or two, and not too long that we'll go lose orientation and crash the helicopter. So it's about the perfect flight time. Now guys, it does come with a technology called SAFE, which is going to help keep your helicopter stable and level. But if you want to upgrade your transmitter to be a more universal style transmitter, you can buy something like the NX6 or the NX8, which we'll have linked in the description box below too. And this awesome sunshade that yours truly has invented that fits perfectly on the NX6 or 8 will be linked down there too for these bright sunny days to see our screen. Now I'll be completely honest too, it's been an entire winter since I've flown my Blade 230S, so I'm a little rusty. So I think to get my feet wet in the inverted flight world of RC helicopters again, this is going to be the perfect maiden to do, so let's fly. Ready?
Ready.
Clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff.
Our throttle hold switch is off. We'll let it spool up and we're in safe. And we'll take off and just kind of hover around for a bit. Make sure the thing flies well. You know, this is a pre-release maiden flight. I don't want to just get right into flipping upside down right on takeoff or anything. Plus, I'm not that great of a pilot. I do miss the orange. I love the orange, but honestly, this white, at least against the asphalt, is pretty easy to see, so that's kind of nice. Now you can still buy orange blades and canopies, so if you don't like this color and you love that bright orange, they sell other colors. We'll have those linked in the description box below too. In safe mode, feels really good, Abby. Feels really good. I've got pretty good stick time. I don't fly a lot of helicopters, not for YouTube, but the Blade 230S from last year, I actually probably got, I don't know, 10, 12 flights on off camera, which is a lot for me with a young family. So this is all in safe, which means, watch, I'll step out here real fast. If I'm pushing the sticks and I let go, it auto levels. Okay, auto levels. It's not like all those other helicopters that I've been featuring on the channel lately that have altitude hold and visual position hold on the bottom. It's not like those at all. This one you have total manual control over, so you've got to fight the wind and everything. Now, because my flight time isn't going to be super long, I do want to go ahead and try to throw a flip at this. I've got a few different switches. None of them are labeled, and I didn't get instructions, so I got to throw a couple and see if I can remember which one it is. I think it's this one. We'll find out. Yeah, that's the one. There we go. Flip success. Let's get a little lower. It's coming back to me. It's coming back to me. It's like it's like riding a bike, I think. Okay, let's do a side flip right there, a little lower. Yeah, that was nice. Sweet. Okay. Abby, let's get it. Let's do a sideways. I'm gonna rotate sideways so people can see the front flip. You ready?
Ready.
Yeah. All this, I'm saving it without flipping back into safe. Let's see if we can do a back flip. Yeah, that was a double, baby. That's what I was shooting for.
And that's not an auto flip switch?
No.
That's all you?
That's all manual,
Nice.
yeah. Let's do a double right flip, okay? See if I can pull it off. It's throttle management when you're that high, so. Yeah, now I'll go into safe for orientation safe. Now another thing, see how I just flipped it into safe and it didn't go crazy? My Blade 230S, and everybody experienced this, when you are going in and out of safe, or I should say out of and into safe, it used to have a wonky 2 or 3 seconds of panic before it truly recovered well. They've improved that drastically on this version. So when we flip out of safe, when we try something like, looper flip, and then we kick safe on, it recovers much better into safe. And I just experienced that twice. So good for them to make that improvement.
Didn't you have like a slight crash one time because of it?
I did, yes.
So.
That's the one that bent my tail boom.
Okay.
So let's do one more. I like back flips. Let's go up. Yeah, baby, 3 in a row. Oh, that's awesome. That's throttle management. So when I'm upside down, I'm actually going like negative throttle. Let's see, I've got, I'm blinking on the last bar. So
why do helicopters sound better upside down?
It's just the way they're cutting through the wind. I'm down to my last bar of battery, so that's going to be it for this. It's blinking on the last bar. I was going to do some inverted hovering, but I'm pretty happy with that as a maiden flight. Man, that was fun. It got the adrenaline pumping, but in a very good, fun way. Awesome helicopter. Throttle hold.
Nice spool down.
Now, if you're thinking that was kind of a short flight time, man, you'd be right, because this is like an addicting thing. You want more flight. It is a little cold out. Abby's all bundled up, and you know, though we have low winds today, and I feel very blessed about that. It's cold. It's so cold that when I was in the air, I had a blinking single light on the transmitter, but right now I have a solid and blinking light, which would indicate like 30% battery. So that's just what happens with LiPo batteries. When they come to a resting state, the voltage kind of comes back up some because they're not under a draw of power. So don't be fooled and think, you know what, hey, I can fly for 2 more minutes, because if I put this back in the air, likely I'd only get 20 to 30 seconds or so and it'd be ready to fall out of the sky. That's the beauty of telemetry, right? We can glance down at our transmitter and see how much juice we have left. I thought I would hate, like genuinely hate, the white blades and stuff not being bright orange, but that didn't bother me at all, really. I mean, I kind of miss the orange, but that wasn't bad. That was an enjoyable flight for me. I think they did a good job with this. I love the Blade 230S, and yeah, I think that it's one flaw that I personally have experienced and had a crash because of, was the recovery rate from going out of safe into safe. And it just sometimes would like twitch weird and like feel like you didn't have enough throttle or something. They made the adjustments, and the tail boom was one and that was basically the other. And I noticed I could feel the difference going out of safe into safe and the recovery rate. So they did a very good job. They have I think they also mentioned an updated frame to this as well. I haven't built or wrenched on my Blade 230S enough at all to visually notice the difference, but there are new electronics and a more powerful motor as well. I will say though, even though it's a more powerful motor, we're still flying on 3S, but 3S feels just perfect for, in my opinion, a like trainer style helicopter. I mentioned this in our more basic helicopter videos and our $1,000 helicopter videos. I'm definitely going to mention it in this helicopter video when I fly something like this, especially maiden, especially doing flips and loops and stuff on a maiden flight. I am so glad that I fly with the AMA. That's the Academy of Model Aeronautics. I am insured. If this helicopter would go fly through that window over there, then as long as I'm flying by the rules and guidelines established and set in place by the AMA, they're going to step in and cover like insurance should. Okay, I've heard a lot of people say you have to fly at an AMA sanctioned flying site to be covered. And I understand, you might think that. That seems like a common sense kind of thing. But I can assure you that is not true. You can fly anywhere as long as you're not flying over people's houses or things along those lines that we've seen, unfortunately, other YouTubers do. But I would encourage you guys, the most important thing you do is if you have questions about safety or anything with the hobby, if you're a member, you can pick up the phone, call someone here in the United States, and really talk to a real person about really any kind of questions you have about the hobby. They might not be able to tell you the best helicopter to buy for the money. That's where the sailors come in, the TheRcSaylors. But the AMA can tell you safety things primarily. So if you have questions, sign up as a member. It's a fraction of the cost of this helicopter, and then you're insured for the entire year with a long list of other perks and benefits linked in the description box below. I think Blade knocked this out of the park. The Blade 230S was an exceptional helicopter that many people learned to fly on for many, many reasons. And now they've taken an already great helicopter and made it even better. I genuinely like flying my Blade 230S, the old version. As I said, there are nothing really of helicopters that I flew off camera for my own personal enjoyment or growth last year other than the Blade 230S. So you better believe this one should be getting some extra stick time, and with any hope we'll see it on the channel again in the near future. It's linked in the description box below, and if you want to pick one up for yourself, know that using that link does help to support our channel and our family at no extra cost to you. I want to say a massive thanks to God for blessing us with this nice calm day to jump in front of the camera and fly this really cool helicopter and share this experience with you guys. And a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters, because we couldn't do what we do as often as we do it without your insanely awesome support. If you want to see the fatal crash of my Blade 230S that bent the old tail boom, that's a fun little video because they've made massive improvements on the helicopter since then, but that one's definitely worth a watch. That video is popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye.